What's up, Bngrz? In today's video, we are covering one of the most important things in any music genre, and it's sub bass. I know some of you want the loudest subs in the game but don't know where to start. You're probably cranking up the volume, it's causing unwanted saturation and it's disgusting. Well, follow along this tutorial because you're gonna learn how to fix that and you'll see it's gonna be really simple. I leave a link to the preset down in the description, so please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Enough talking, let's jump into Ableton. Alright, here we are in Ableton, and before starting anything, let's think about loudness as a concept. Loudness is basically the intensity of sound over time. So knowing that, how could you make your sound louder? Well, you could basically make it louder for longer in its shortest period of time. And that's exactly what we're gonna do for our sub. Let's open up Serum and put a sine wave in each oscillators. Make sure to turn down the randomization for each oscillator so each cycle starts at the same spot. Here is an oscilloscope and it shows you in real time any signal you run through. Here we have oscillator A. What we actually want to do is make this period louder and longer. So for that, let's introduce another harmonic. Do you see how the signal gets completely messed up? Well, that's because oscillator B is introducing another cycle within our first cycle. To fix that, we can use the phase so it gets placed in a sweet spot that ensures max volume over the shortest period of time. We can then tweak the volume so both oscillators merge in a good way. It's starting to look great. Now, if we compare it with oscillator 1 only, see what happens. Do you see how we reduced the peak volume and actually made it louder for longer so it sounds louder? Well, that's the concept we want to implement when designing subs. Let's look at more examples. Alright, let's open a new instance of Serum and load up 2 sine waves. Knowing what we just learned, we could add harmonics to the first oscillator. So it actually starts to sound warmer. Then with oscillator 2, we want to make it louder, longer in this cycle. So again, we will load up a third harmonic and start to mess around with the volume and the phase. Alright, sounds like a cool spot. Now, what if we mess around a bit with the warp mode? So let's try Bngrz. See how it starts to get a little bit greedy? Let's find a cool spot. I really like it like that. Let's compare it with oscillator 1 only. See how we actually made the sound louder over time but reduced the peak volume? That's what we want. Another cool way to do that is by actually playing the same harmonic for both oscillators and use the sync window full mode so you get a little more control over your second oscillator's pitch. You can then, for example, automate the global pitch with LFO1 like so. LFO1, master tune. Make sure to click this little arrow so it only goes one way. And draw the shape you really want. Let's get a bit more creative and add some noise automated by some really fast LFO. put some saturation, and then post-process your sub with some, let's say, erosion, even more saturation to like make the high ends a little more crispy, and some EQing and saturation at the end. So now your sub is really fat. What you can do next is, for example, lay down some drums from our sample pack. Play a cool sub pattern with the sub we just made. Drag and drop some sample from our sample pack. And you can come up with this result. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Try to keep in mind that loudness is volume intensity over time. Once you start sound designing with this concept in mind, you're gonna achieve real loudness levels. Don't forget that this project file as well as the samples and the presets are in the description for free, so make sure to support the channel again. Make sure to visit our website if you want even more resources such as samples or presets. Also, check our roadmap if you want to learn more about the NFT side of our project. Make sure to join our Discord and our Instagram, since it's a great way to get in touch with us and get feedbacks on your productions. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.